Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we're going to do the second part for Chemistry Regent June 2019, and we're going to do part B1. Question number 31. You have bright line spectra of four elements G, J, L, and M, and a mixture of at least two of these elements is given below. Okay. Now, which elements are present in the mixture? So I have to compare the wavelengths there, and so the first band in the mixture at almost 670. So here's 670. So now I have G. I'm going to take the whole bands. Here's this band too. One at 500. One at right away before 450. Now the second two bands after the 600, so that it's L. That's the only element that has the two bands. So I have G and L. I have G and L. G and L. So G and L. So the answer must be number 2. G and L. Question number 32. Which electron configuration represents the chlorine in the excited state? So first I have to find the ground state. The ground state in the reference sheet here. So if you're looking for the chlorine, it's 2, 8, 7. So that's the ground state. In excitation, one of these electrons is going to the outer shell, so 2, 7, 8. So that's the excited state. Now I'm going here for the reference sheet. So 2, 7, 8. So the answer must be number 4. Question number 33. A student measure the mass and the volume of a sample of aluminum at room temperature and calculate the density of aluminum to be 2.85 grams per cubic centimeter. Based on table S, what is the percentage of error? So first I have to use the percentage of error formula. The percentage of error formula here, so the percentage of error, either the measured minus accepted over accepted times 100. Now I'm going for the question. So now the measured is 2.85. Now the question, how I'm going to get the accepted one? Accepted one, he directly due to table S. So I'm going for table S. I'm looking for aluminum. Here aluminum, and its density. The density column is one for the N 2.7. So the accepted one is 2.7 over 2.7. Now that's 0.15 over 2.7 times 100. I use a calculator. So 0.15 divided by 2.7 times 100, giving 5.5 round. So the answer should be number 3. Question number 34. Magnesium and calcium are same chemical properties. Why? We know before that we assigned in groups, and each group has the same chemical properties because they have the same number of electrons in the outer shell. So if you're looking, magnesium and calcium has 2 electrons in the outer shell. So according to this information, magnesium and calcium has similar chemical properties because the atoms in the ground state have equal number of protons. Protons doesn't participate in the reaction. Two electrons in the first shell. First shell doesn't participate in the reaction. Two electrons in the outermost shell. So the answer must be 4. Question number 35. As the element in period 2 in the periodic table, considered in order from the left to the right. So like that, this is the order for the period from the left to the right. So electronegativity increase, ionization energy increase, and radius decrease. Now, which property generally decrease? So I just wrote everything. It's the atomic radii, the atomic radius. Okay, so the answer is going to be number 1. Question number 36. Giving a balanced equation for the reaction of butane with oxygen, how many moles of carbon dioxide are produced when 5 moles of butane react? So now that's stoichiometry. So it's 2 to 13 to 8 to 10. He asking about the carbon dioxide and butane. So the ratio between them 2 to 8. Now that's butane and that's carbon dioxide. Now he said that the butane I have 5. So how many? If you look, we're multiplying by 4, so I should multiply by 4. So the answer is 20 more. So the answer is going to be number 3. Question number 37. What is the percent of composition of the mass of the nitrogen in the dinitro buta or tetrahydride? Okay, now if you're looking here, the nitrogen, I have 2 atoms. The molar mass, the molecular weight for the nitrogen is 14, so its weight is 28. Hydrogen, I have 4, and the molar mass is 1, so it's giving me 4. That's why I have 32. So the percent of composition I have of the nitrogen 28, and the total mass is 32, and I have to multiply by 100. If you're using your calculator, it comes up by 87.5%, I think so. So the answer must be number 3. Which of the which ion in the ground state has the same electron configuration as the atom of the neon? So the first thing, I have to go for neon to know the configuration. Neon 2, 8. That's neon. Now, what are the elements you're giving me? You're giving me calcium plus 2, chlorine minus 1, lithium plus oxygen minus 2. So I'm going to the reference sheet. So calcium positive 2, the calcium is 2, 8, 8, 2, but since it's ion, it cancels this one, so it's 2, 8, 8, not 2, 8, so the calcium is incorrect. If we're looking for the chlorine, it's 2, 8, 7, but since it's I add 1 electron, it's going to be 2, 8, 8, so chlorine is incorrect. Lithium is 2, 1. When it's missing 1, it's going to be only 2. It's not like neon. And if you're looking for oxygen, it's 2, 6, and negative 2, I add 2, so it's 2, 8, the same like neon, so the answer is oxygen. The answer is oxygen, so the answer is number 4. Question number 39. The molar masses and boiling points at standard pressure for 4 compounds are given in the table below. Which compound has the strongest intermolecular force? So intermolecular force, when we're talking about the intermolecular force, I have 4 categories. Hydrogen bond, London force, dipole, dipole. The first sec, if it has highest intermolecular force, so it should be with the highest melting point, with the highest melting point. So the highest melting point is HF. So the strongest intermolecular force should be with HF, and I used that the intermolecular force increasing the boiling point. Question number 40. Now, which particle model diagram represent xenon at STP, standard temperature and pressure gas, so the particles are away from each other. They can't be closest to each other. So now I have either one or two. Now, xenon, if you're looking for in the reference sheet, xenon over there is a noble gas here. Noble gas. So noble gas means doesn't participate in any type of bond. So it cannot be pi-atomic. So the answer must be number one as xenon noble gas. So it can make any bond. So I crossed out two. And in the same time it's gas, so the molecules cannot be next to each other. That's why I crossed 3 and 4. Question number 41. What is the amount of heat absorbed when temperature of 75 grams of water increases from 20 to 35 Celsius? So first, delta T is 35 minus 20, giving me 15. Now the mass is 75 gram. Now I'm looking for the reference in the reference sheet. So Q equal Q equal mc delta T. I have m which is 75. I have delta T which is 15. So what's missing? C. So the specific heat in the first page, specific heat of the water is 4.8 So I have to multiply all these numbers. So 75 times 4.18 times 15, giving me almost 4,700. 4,700 O2. 4,700 O2. Now I'm looking for the reference sheet in the answers over there. So the one that closest to 4,700 is number 2. So 41 is 2. Which sample of hydrochloric acid reacts fastest with 1 gram sample of iron? So first here, this is about the trend of solubility and reactivity. So what's increasing the speed? Increasing the speed, high concentration. Increasing the speed by increasing the temperature. So I'm looking for this though. So 1 molar is crossed out because the highest concentration is 3 and 3. Now, which one has the highest temperature is number 4. So the reaction should be the fastest with 10 milliliter of 3 molar hydrochloric acid. Now, given the equation represents a system at equilibrium, which statement describes the concentration of the two gases in this system? So he's talking about the concentration. So the ratio is 1 to 2. Okay. So that's the ratio for moles. But he asking about the concentration. Now, what does it mean? He's asking me if I understand equilibrium or no? The word equilibrium means the rate forward equal to the rate backward. So at equilibrium, I have constant concentration forward and backward. So when I talk about the concentration, everything is going to be incorrect except it's constant. Except is constant. So the answer must be number 4. Question number 44. Given this equation representing a system at equilibrium, okay, which change will cause the equilibrium to shift to the right? So we want to shift it to the right. Now, if you're adding a catalyst or you adding more PCl3 or increasing the pressure or increasing the temperature. Okay, so here the question comes to ask you if you understand the equilibrium or no. First, this reaction doesn't have any catalyst at all, so adding the catalyst doesn't make any sense. Now, if you're adding more PCl3, the reaction is going to the left side because to compensate, because I have more for BCl3 means it's going to push to form BCl5, so that's incorrect. Now, increasing the pressure means I'm going to find the least volume. Here is the volume is 1, the volume here is 2 because these are the gases. So it should go for the left side, pressure is going to the left side. But increasing the temperature, I add in temperature means I add energy, so it's going to the right, so the answer must be 4. Okay, question number 45. Now, I have giving a name, chemical name. So first I have to assign what is the functional group. The functional group in NH and H2. So I'm looking for the reference sheet. What's the NH2 means? It is the stuff. So NH2 means amine. So I know it should be end with amine. Now I'm going to count the carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 means butane. Okay, and the position for the nitrogen, if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm taking the least number, so it should be number 3 because the amine group on carbon number 3 on carbon number 1, and it has 5, which is pentamine. Sorry, 5 means penta, so it's 1 pentamine, so the answer must be number 3. Question number 46. Giving this formula, so this compound is classified. I have here triple bond. I'm looking what's the triple bond. I'm going for the reference sheet. So here triple bond means alkyne. Now I know which group. I know it's alkyne group. So the answer is 3. 47. Which equation represents fermentation? Fermentation means sugar plus water giving me alcohol. So this one is incorrect, this one is incorrect, this one is incorrect. Sorry, go back. So the first one, I'm going to explain it another way. So this one is ethene, so it's not sugar. That's ethene too, it's not sugar. That's glucose, that's sugar. So the fermentation is going to be the second one, alcohol plus carbon dioxide. So the answer is 3. Question number 48. Now, what is the oxidation number? Changing the oxidation number for the copper. So now the copper Here was positive 2 because this is negative 1, and that is 0. So now this has become 0, and this has become positive 3 and negative 1. So if you observe it, the copper 4 changes from positive 2 to 0, so the answer must be number 2. Question number 49. We have this reaction. According to acid-base theory, the two protons donors in the equation are. So now I have to figure out which one giving the hydrogen. So look here. Here, this one was positive 1, and it becomes negative. So it's donate. It's donate. Okay. And also hydronium. So this is donate. This is accept. Now this one is going to accept, and this is donate for the backward reaction. So the donors are hydronium ion and the acid. So it should be number 2. Now, which nuclear equation represents spontaneous decay? So decay, if you're looking for the reaction, let's like I know the answer, but I'm going to assume that I don't know the answer. So now I'm struggling here. I don't know what's going on. But if you look here, what I get here, transmutation. There is no decay. Why? I have element with element giving me element with element. That's transmutation. Here, uranium, I bombed it with neutron, so it give me that's fission reaction. Now, this one is transmutation also because I bombed it with helium, it giving me phosphorus plus nitrogen. But the only one goes for decay by itself, Rn, because it's decay giving me alpha particles. So the answer must be number 1. Wish you understood. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.